Hi guys, and welcome to my review of the Lightning Modz version 2. I've had this console roughly, well, just over a week now, and I've been through it thoroughly, enjoying the games with myself and my kids, and I've got a lot to say about it. So much so actually that I've written a full review which can be found in the blog, which you'll find in the description, and I'll be releasing a few videos on different gameplay for different systems, but this is just a quick overview for you. The first thing of course I'll do is show you the screens that you'll get when you load the system up. I've started it here on favourites because there are so many games, sometimes it's quite hard to find them, unless you search them every time, so favourites is really handy. So we'll go through the systems. We've got, obviously, the main games, Neo, Atari 7800, ColecoVision, Amiga, Commodore 64. Now Commodore 64 isn't there by default, but you can easily go into the options and set to show the Commodore 64 emulator. It does come initially with one game, which is showing on the screen now, which is Mario Brothers. Actually, I think that's Giana Brothers. There we are, it's Giana. But it comes with Mario Brothers built in. I've installed 139 set game ROMs on it. So there's basically about 400 games from the Commodore 64 on there. And I've tried them out and they seem to work perfectly fine. Got the Amiga CD32, Intellivision, MSX. You've got Xbox games, which run really well. Very impressed with that. Triforce, which is your Mario Kart games. You got your PC Engine games. Your NES, Game Boy, Super Nintendo, your Nintendo 64, your N64 games. Nice collection of games there. Game Boy Color, GameCube games, which play really well again. Very nice system, nice collection of games. Game Boy Advance, Nintendo DS, 3DO. A system I didn't actually play back in the day, but yeah, nice system. You get your Atomic Wave, this SG-1000, Master System. Of course, the Mega Drive, one of the greatest systems of all time. The Game Gear, Sega CD, Sega Saturn, Model 3 board games, which are pretty amazing. My favourite system of all time, literally, the Sega Dreamcast. There's some amazing games on this, and I think I put the most hours so far into the Dreamcast. Naomi board, Neo Geo, PlayStation, of course. PlayStation games are pretty amazing because they can upscale to 1080p and they look pretty amazing. PlayStation 2, I've got a bit to say about this at some point. Interesting that it's included, and well, I'll talk to you more soon about this. PSP, my favourite handheld console, also upscales amazingly on this Lightning Modz V2, and the second most played system I have. And then you have all games, which lists everything. It's listing 15,379 games there. I've actually added a few games. I probably added about 20 or 30 games initially to the main ROMs, plus the 100 odd ROMs from the Commodore 64. But yes, this is the system. It was delivered really quick. It came with 2 joypads. The joypads are quite interesting. They're PlayStation 2 controllers. They're reasonable build. If you read the review, I've had a problem with one of them, so I've only got actually one joypad at the moment because I can't use one of the ones that came with it. The X button was sticking as soon as I had it, so I can't use that. But perfect game system, enough games for anybody. I'll just show you what happens now if you go to your games. So I'll go to my favourites. If you click on the X button, you open up a list of your favourites. As you can see, you can scroll through, and there are plenty of, it tells you what console they're on, what the game is. And I found some quite interesting games actually, some games I never thought I'd never even heard of before. But F1 Exhaust Note on MAME, what an awesome game. If you like racing games, you'll love that. Now you will notice that most of my games, my favourites, are racing games because I am a racing game fanatic. So I've been playing these over and over again. But there's a nice selection there, and easy to get to. Simply to add a game, you simply just press the triangle button, hold it in, and then it'll add to your favorites. If you want to remove it from your favorites, you just press the triangle button and it'll remove it from your favorites. Now another thing I want to show you is basically how easy it is to change the theme. Now this is the nice theme it came with, but there's another theme I prefer. So you can easily go into your settings and change it. But I particularly like this theme here. So we switch over. And this lovely Bother Sarah Club theme. I just like this one. I think it's just a bit nicer, you know. So when you go into your games, there we go. A nice looking user interface. And some amazing games. Now I'm going to do a quick test on some games here quickly, because I will be doing full videos of gameplay from different systems. So I'll be going through each system at a time. Starting off, as I'm on the PSP, I'll show you how PSP runs. So I'll just choose a game at random, well not at random, I'll choose a game that I know that I love. And one that was actually in the system when I had it. So what we can play? We'll play some Crazy Taxi. I love Crazy Taxi. Now these Dreamcast games, sorry, these PSP games are upscaled to 720p. They look nice and they play nice. The sound is really good on all these. I kept the sound down just in case I hit any copyright. But yeah, it's that simple and that quick. Games really do load this quick. So there we go. Both Crazy Taxis on here. As I said, I'll do full videos of gameplay. This is just to show you how quick and easy things load and play. So there we go. I'll go straight to the arcade. Just to give you an idea. I know you're going to pick it up. I know. Obviously I didn't check the buttons first. If you want to exit the game, you can simply just press your P3 button and your start button and you go back to the menu. It's really that quick. Then we do another system. So if we go to the Dreamcast, we can just choose a game. That's the first one that was there. Loading times are very quick. I've owned all these consoles, so it's nice to see them quickly loading up. As you can see, the bezels are enabled, so you can see the shape of the console on the outside. You can turn that off if you want. I've left it on, but you can turn it off. Press some buttons. This is a 55-inch screen I'm using, and the games look absolutely stunning. Better than they ever did when I used to use the smaller screens. Perfectly smooth, nicely upscaled, sounds beautiful, plays beautiful. That looks stunning. And I actually know how to play this game, because this I've played quite a few times. As he presses the wrong button. There we go. As you can see, plays perfectly. Just looks a lot better. I do like to play the games in the original aspect ratio. So, amazing. There we are. That easy. Come back out of it. Go into a different system. Play a different game. The same system. Whatever you want. Sega Saturn games. They play pretty amazing. I've had no problems at all with these actually. Some nice games on the Sega Saturn. And they've all worked fine. There dudes, there's a lot of good games on here. And they're all pretty impressive. The one console I've had problems with is the Commodore Amiga CD32. Now you'd think because it's a gaming console it would play perfectly. The games play perfectly, but the joypad, I can't get the joypad to work on a lot of games. So that's an issue I need to sort out. I know some games need keyboard and mouse to play, but obviously the Amiga CD32 is a games console. So I will look into that a bit further. That's the only one I've had issues with, and when you read the review, which as I said is in the description, you'll see some of the issues I've had with the Amiga CD32. Let's go to the console. Everything's worked fine. PlayStation 2. Now I know a lot of you will be getting this console for the PlayStation 2 games, and there's a massive selection of games here. Some stunning games. Now they've all obviously been tested by the guys who put this together, and they work okay. They're not perfect. Of all the systems, I think the PS2 is the one that struggles the most. Some games don't run full speed. There are graphical glitches on some games. But I've installed a few extra games. So I've installed V-Rally 3. I've installed Outrun 2006, Coast to Coast, and Colin McRae. And they run, but not at full speed. So I think with PS2 it's a bit hit or miss. So if I go into V-Rally 3, you can have a quick look. Another issue with the PS2 games is it doesn't always let you use a memory card, which means that every time you play the game you have to set up the player. So this is one of those games, I believe. I can't figure out a way around this. Try this out. There we are, insufficient space. That's on very few PS2 games, but it is an issue to be wary of. Yeah, so getting games onto the console, I'll do a separate blog for that and even a separate video, but it's really easy. You've got two options. The first option is you can simply attach the SD, not the SD, you can attach the 2 terabyte box to your laptop or computer and then drag games across. Or the easier way to do it, I find, is just download your games or get your games and then just transfer over the network. I found that using the network to transfer games is much easier, much quicker, and just all around, easier than unplugging the box. So let me just install this. So this is a game. This little game. V-Rally was always one of those games where I used to play when I had a PS2. I'm just going to pick race. And click the first thing that comes up. Okay. There we go. This is quite a graphically intense game. It's one of the more newer games, the ones that should struggle a bit. But there we go. This is at native resolution, although some games are upscaled to twice the resolution. But as you can see, it plays okay. It does struggle a little bit with frame rate, I said, this is probably one of the reasons why it wasn't included on the hard drive that it comes with. Lovely. I forgot how good some of these games look, especially now they're on bigger screens these days. Oh, just run over a deer. Yes. I think you can change the view, yeah. Change the view. And skid everywhere. It is quite hard to film and play games, and anyone you've seen will show you that it's really hard to do both and to talk. Ah, lost control. There we go. That's just one system, or one of the games on this PS2. Plays quite well actually. So there we go. As you can see, the my impressions of this console. The Lightning Modz version 2 is an absolutely stunning games console. 99.9% of all the games I've tried have worked and worked perfectly. The only two systems which I've had issues with, as I said, are the Amiga, and that's more to do with the control systems, and the PlayStation 2, where some games do have some issues. But apart from that, everything plays perfectly that I've tried, every single thing. And I've tried hundreds of games. I've literally every day gone through various games, playing all the old classics that I loved growing up. And I have been playing games since I had my first console back in 1978, which was a Pong console. So, I've got a vast experience of playing games, and I'm really impressed. There's no lag, or little to no lag on the input. Games play really well. The system UI works well. And overall, I give it a 10 out of 10. So thanks for watching. There'll be more videos going up. I said some of them will be including, well, most of them will be including gameplay, so I'll have like 10 minutes of PS2 games, 10 minutes of PSP games, 10 minutes of PlayStation games, etc. And you can see exactly what's what. If you want to see any games playing, let me know and I'll upload them, and you can see exactly how they run on this system. So thank you. Check out the article in the description, and like and subscribe and get more information on this console. And I'll update as many videos as I can in the next few weeks, so you can really have a good look at the system and you'll know everything about it. Thank you for your time. Thank you.